is going on, my loves? Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on the video. As you guys can see by the title of the video, this is another video talking about intuitive eating. I know, I am sorry, but I've just had a lot of questions about my own journey and my own experience with intuitive eating, so I figured I would just make a video about it and just kind of get more into detail about how the process has been for me. To be honest, I had to sit down myself and try to figure out how did everything kind of happen and connect the dots. But the reason being is that when I decided to start eating intuitively, it wasn't because it was trendy or everyone else was doing it or I was sick of tracking macros. It was mainly because I'm currently on this journey to just really become in tune with myself and just really connect with my highest self, I guess you can call it. And tracking macros and telling my body what I had to eat and just being so fixated on numbers was really kind of holding me back from taking that next step in my journey. So that's the reason why I decided to start intuitive eating. So I definitely had to sit down and kind of just put the pieces together and figure out how did I get to this point where I am today. Obviously it wasn't easy. I've been tracking macros for 4 years now, I would say. So it's definitely been quite a while and I've definitely become very accustomed to it, and that's the reason why it never just bugged me, because it just became second nature to me. To let go of that habit wasn't the easiest thing, and letting go of looking at my food as numbers and just looking at my food as food and being able to listen to my body, and when it was telling me that I was hungry rather than me telling it, you gotta hit these numbers and that's what you're gonna eat today. I don't care if you're full, you gotta keep eating. It's definitely been quite the process, but I'm really happy to say that with effort and with developing new habits, I've definitely been able to conquer that. And I'm not 100% yet. I'm not 100% good. There's still some days where I might look at food and be like, oh, that has 40 grams of carbs, or there's still some days where I maybe eat a little bit more oatmeal than I should. But at the end of the day, it's not about perfection, it's about making progress and just being able to over time develop these new habits and get rid of those old ones that you feel no longer serve you. So I did go ahead and make a list on my phone, and I don't know if it's gonna be in order. I'll try to make it as organized as possible, but I just kind of started reflecting on my journey and just kind of started writing things down as I went, because sorry, I'm just taking my shoes off. So it might not be organized. I'll try to make it as organized as possible, but I just pretty much started reflecting on my journey and just writing everything down that I feel has helped me get to the point to where I am today. So my first recommendation would be to figure out what your main goals are right now. If your main goal is to put on muscle or to lose fat, maybe intuitive eating isn't right for you just yet, just because to see that kind of progress, you do have to be consistent, and with intuitive eating, it's possible, but it will just take longer. So unless you're very patient and you're willing to wait the time that it's gonna take, then maybe going with a more structured plan would be better for you at this time. I've always said there's a time and place for everything, and for me right now, my focus is just to really become in tune with my body, become in tune with myself. So if that's your goal right now, then letting go of all the structure, letting go of all the macros, and just letting your body guide you is definitely the best option. Another thing that I would recommend is asking yourself why it is that you want this for yourself. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, when I decided to go intuitive eating, it wasn't because it was trendy, it wasn't because my mom was doing it. Obviously not my mom, but it wasn't because I was influenced by somebody else. I wanted this for myself because I was just it's just time for you to listen to your body instead of telling your body what it needs. Because at the end of the day, when we were kids, we didn't have macros, we didn't have a diet, we just wanted what our body was telling us to have. Maybe you had too much candy, okay, maybe that wasn't your body asking you for the candy, but now as an adult you should be able to differentiate when it's your body and when it's your mind actually telling you to eat these things. So if the reason why you're doing this is mainly for you, then you're definitely on the right path and you'll definitely be more successful with this process. Another thing as well is that if you truthfully want to be successful with this process, and if you truthfully want to set your mind free from all the attachments that you've developed over the past years, you really just have to let go of the food, the macros, the physique, the belief that you have to eat a certain way, the belief that you have to look a certain way, because at the end of the day, the goal with it is just to let your body do its thing. And believe it or not, our body doesn't care if we have a big butt, our body doesn't care if we have big shoulders. Our body's purpose is just to be, and to be functional and to be healthy. So your body isn't going to tell you, feed me X amount of protein so I can gain more muscle. Your body's just going to ask you for the protein that it needs. Your body's going to ask you for the carbs that it needs, and so on. So you might lose a bit of muscle, you might gain weight, but if you truthfully want this for yourself, and if your goal really is raw and real and genuine, and you truthfully just want to become more in tune with your body, then you should have no problem letting go of all the expectations and just allowing your body to be and allowing your body to guide you through this process. One thing that has helped me a lot and that I would recommend to you guys is incorporating some type of mindfulness practice into your daily routine, because that's kind of like what got me on this journey in the first place, is the fact that I've been really just focusing on myself and meditating, and the more that I do it, the more that I want to learn more about myself. And this is what really pushed me and kind of got me to this want and need to become more in tune with my body. And mindfulness practices are amazing because there's something that really helps you just quiet down your mind. And when you're able to quiet down your mind and all the thoughts that go in through your head, you're able to listen to what your body's trying to tell you. So that's why I would recommend for you guys to incorporate anything like meditation, you know, singing, painting, writing, driving, just anything that allows your mind to slow down and allows you to just be is gonna help you quiet down all the thoughts and just gonna help you become more in tune with your body. Another thing that I think would be really helpful as well is setting new goals for yourself and new things to kind of keep you occupied and override those old habits that you had, like tracking macros or figuring out where your next meal was going to be. Because if you really think about it, those are just habits that you developed over time. So just like you developed those old habits, you can definitely make intuitive eating a habit as well. So it's just a matter of making the effort and setting new goals for yourself to keep you motivated as you transition into this new way of eating. Another thing that I find to be really helpful for myself is just really taking the time to reflect on how I'm feeling in terms of hunger. So before I eat anything, I'm just like, are you actually hungry? So maybe I'll drink some water, give it like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, go do something, think about it. If I'm actually really hungry, then I'll go eat. If not, then obviously I'm not gonna eat. And another thing as well is just before you eat is asking your body like, okay, what are you hungry for? Like, what is it that you're really craving? Because taking that time to slow down and reflect on what you're doing is gonna slow you down from maybe reaching into food because you're reacting to an emotion, or reaching into food because you're reacting to some kind of craving that you're having. So really just asking yourself before you give into the craving and before you give into this what might not be a hunger cue would be really helpful as well, with really just becoming more in tune with the signals that your body's trying to send you. One thing that might sound crazy to you guys, but it has definitely helped me look at food completely different, is praying. I pray before I eat my food, and it just gives my food a whole new level of appreciation. So this is actually a prayer that I got from a course that I'm currently taking under Paul Chek. It's a holistic lifestyle coaching course. So it goes like this: Dear food, thank you so much for the love that you're giving me now. Thank you for the love that you have given Mother Earth and Mother Universe. It is with great love that I welcome you into my being, so together we can make the world a better place. Now and forever. That is my prayer. And you know, it might sound crazy to some of you guys, but it's something that resonated with me. It's something that meant something to me. And when I resonate with something, that's kind of like how I build my own philosophy. You know, like I read, I research, and I just take the things that resonate with me and that speak to me on a deeper level. And then on my little notes here, I just kind of like went on about a few things. So I said, watch your thoughts and watch what you say. Stop saying I can't and believe that you can. Because believe it or not, everything that goes into our head, all our thoughts are energy. So what you're thinking, you're going to be projecting out into the world. So if you're thinking, you know, I can't intuitive eat, I can't do this, I can't do that, you're not going to be able to, because everything that you're thinking, you will subconsciously act out. So change your thoughts and change your mind, and I promise you, you're already going to be one step further into the journey. And another thing that I wrote down as well that I think it's super important is learning the benefits and functions of food in your body, because just like you wouldn't surround yourself with people who don't bring any value to your life and don't serve you, why would you feed your body things that aren't going to be benefiting your body and bringing value to your vitality? So I think that's super, super important. And when you really understand what the food is doing for your body, you're going to be able to develop a whole new outlook on food. And you're just naturally gonna wanna eat foods that are gonna benefit your body more, because you know that they're actually doing something for you. And the last thing is to remind yourself that this is a process that takes time. Just like tracking macros became a habit, you can also make this a new habit and override all the old habits that you have developed until this becomes second nature and just becomes normal to you. So that is gonna be about it for this video. I hope that was helpful to you guys. If you feel like anyone else could benefit from watching this, please feel free to share the video. Like I said, I hope this was helpful to you if you are on this journey to self-discovery, to intuitive eating, whatever it is that you're going through right now. Just remember that nothing changes until you do, and it's completely up to you to make these changes into your life and to just have enough faith in yourself that you are able to do whatever you set your mind to. So believe in yourself and know that as long as you're making an effort, you are getting somewhere. So believe in yourself and be patient with yourself. Just remember that as long as you're making an effort, you are getting somewhere. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining me today and watching the video. I hope all this information was of value to you guys, and I hope that it can help you in your journey some way or another. And yeah, that is gonna be about all. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I freaking love all of you, and yeah, catch you in the next one.